on a fast run through Carlsbad, California in the North County Transit District outside San Diego. The trip is monitored in the Security Command Center. A patrol car rushes to a bank alarm. Officers already know what's going on inside the bank because they can view it on a monitor in the patrol car. And they can pull up an animated three-dimensional view of buildings throughout the city. A police camera rises above a mobile command center on one side of City Hall in Tempe, Arizona, while a fire department camera mast zooms in on the other side of the building.
3 Paul 21, can you give me an update on the status, please?
All first responders in the city have instant access to these cameras from their vehicles.
They have control over the camera. They can see people making entries into the building. They can see who the victims are.
These 3 communities have installed a wireless information sharing system called a Wi-Fi mesh network. The systems provide a broad range of new capabilities to first responders.
We'll have the ability to pull suspect information, suspect pictures, things they wouldn't normally be able to do on the street. We will be able to do in the car and not have to call anyone to do that for us.
Enhance our wireless capabilities out on the street to our laptops out on the cruises, officers using handhelds, officers using wireless tablets, as well as connecting these wireless devices right into our departments.
The Department of Homeland Security has established information sharing and interoperability among local, state, and federal authorities as key priorities. Many believe that this emerging wireless network technology addresses these priorities. Throughout these communities, you spot small metal boxes with antennas mounted on light poles and the tops of buildings. They're called nodes.
We have over 900 nodes in our 40 square mile city, so we've covered the entire city with a wireless network.
The radio wave mesh can both send and receive wireless transmissions from a countless number of small portable devices, as diverse as laptop computers, security cameras, or handheld radios. Here's how a mesh network works. Each node can have as many as 6 radios in it. A minimum of 2 are used for backhaul. Instead of using wires or microwaves like a cellular network, the backhaul radios in the nodes transmit signals to and from each other. The signals hop back and forth across the nodes, across the city to their destination. If some nodes are knocked out by a traffic accident, for example, the mesh network self-heals.
If one path gets knocked down, it will reroute through another path.
The nodes offer 2.4, 4.9, and 5 gigahertz connectivity, providing the flexibility for protected communications for public safety, police, and fire use, as well as options for public access, like providing wireless internet to a whole city.
For home service, residents then, if they want expanded access to the internet world, can then pay for the service on an hourly basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis. The primary goal of the network is a public safety network, and our public safety applications that we use currently in the town are really looking to leverage the Wi-Fi network. In addition to that, we'll have municipal operations running on top of the network as well, and those include our field inspectors, our zoning, our planning, and basically our remote personnel that are out and about in the field on a daily basis. And then the third component of that is the residential services.
Both Tempe and Brookline have included wireless internet. This has the added bonus of earning revenue that can subsidize costs for public safety and municipal services.
And what we specified is that we would provide attachment points and the electricity to run those attachment points. But after that, the private market was expected to supply the service, and that's what we achieved.
The North County Transit Mesh System north of San Diego is devoted solely to public safety and security along the rail line, with no public internet service.
We have approximately 80 miles of railroad here in San Diego, and we can't possibly secure the whole system.
Not only are we able to place cameras in the right-of-way, by communicating with the locomotives and the trains as they move through this mesh network, we're also able to place potentially cameras on board the trains. We're able to carry information to and from the trains, so potentially we're looking at the possibility of putting internet connectivity on the trains. We could run, one of the exciting opportunities we have on the operations side is we're able to pull live diagnostic information off the locomotives as they're moving through the mesh.
North County has particular challenges. Their rail line runs right through Camp Pendleton Marine Corps Base.
Our relationship with the Marine Corps has been excellent. They understand our role in protecting that infrastructure. They assist us with that.
North County Transit carries 12 million passengers a year. The mesh network helps them focus on even the smallest incidents, an enforcement strategy that also leads to a reduction in serious crime.
Because of the fact we are very diligent in dealing with the lesser crimes, the smaller crimes, the large ones just don't seem to be as prevalent.
They use solar power to run some nodes in remote areas.
Placing it along where we've got bridges and grade crossings was very costly and very difficult. So by placing this system, we are now able to put a camera anywhere in that railroad that would be advantageous to the public.
Tempe and Brookline power theirs from utility poles. Since a mesh network uses internet-like technology, allowing multi-point to multi-point access, police and fire departments gain a whole new set of capabilities.
And to be able to have them in a position where they can do their job, communicate wirelessly with their supervisors, with reports and that sort of thing, and actually still be in service in their communities is huge.
Especially being able to pull up suspect information and be able to compare pictures in the car to someone you're talking to on the street.
In Tempe, the video camera atop a fire department hazmat truck can not only be seen on screens at every fire and police department vehicle and facility of the city, the camera can be controlled by any commander located anywhere, even while rushing to the scene in a patrol car.
Our battalion chiefs and our other experts, subject matter experts, are able to control the camera and they can see what is going on out at that site.
In Brookline, they plan to have video signals from cameras in banks switched to the police department when an alarm goes off. In addition to having access in all police vehicles, officers on the street can use wireless handheld tablets. An additional public safety feature has been influenced by the dreadful school shootings at Virginia Tech and Columbine.
If we pulled up to a high school or any public building in the town, we would have a 3D image not only of the building, but a 3D image of inside the building.
That's information that I can't even begin to describe to you how invaluable that is.
Brookline is working to build a three-dimensional view of the interior of every building in the city into their mesh network database. The system will also be used by other city departments for zoning and building code work. The decision to install a mesh network must be done carefully. These communities held public meetings. Several companies were invited to submit bids for installation and operation.
First, you've got to be bold. The private market is eager to get into this arena. Don't take no as the answer to a question you haven't asked. Go out and insist on performance, insist on benefits for the community, and recognize what you've got to provide to the private market.
But a substantial investment of time may be required to get all municipal agencies working together on the project.
One of the things that has really intrigued us was the fact that we could use a system to communicate with other agencies. This interoperable communications not only fills a requirement for the County of San Diego, but also the federal and state requirements under the Department of Homeland Security.
The difficulty is in developing those relationships, certainly within an agency, across departments, and even outside of the agency with other agencies.
As a public safety and first responder technology, those who have worked with it sound very enthusiastic.
Just incredible, and the potential is unlimited to some of the things that we can do as a police department in providing service to our community.
Throughout the fire department, I think everybody that's watched it is going, yeah, this is a great benefit for us.
The psychological aspect, I think, of it is that Brookline's a progressive, forward-thinking community. We're looking for technologies which will assist our citizens and attract them to live in Brookline. So I think that's a tremendous benefit in terms of just attitude and how you feel about living in your town.
Mission Critical.